What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and just as promised in the previous video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to go from 52K all the way up to 800K using the MUT Heroes promo. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to understand is that I had to go through this entire MUT Heroes heroic list and complete everything in order to get my free 600K and everything else that I'm about to do right now. So once I complete this final set of this whole thing, I'm going to get my 600K. All these things individually add up to 2 million coins, and it helps you to complete each individual list. Okay, so that's how it works. So if you're going to choose to do this, you're going to make a come up off of it, but you're going to need to estimate how to do the things first, like Aaron Rodgers first, Bobby Wagner first. You're going to have to do the ones that give you the most coins first so that you can be able to get through the rest that are not really valued at equal value. You know, some of the players are going to cost you a lot individually, so you got to be very careful how you complete this list. Be sure to check out the previous video where I explain how to do that. Okay, so that way you can be able to go through this list and get your share of this 2 million coins, which I'm going to ultimately make like 500K through completing this entire list. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Eric Berry set. Okay, and we're going to complete the Eric Berry set real quick so that we can get our 600K. All right, that's going to be immediate. All right, because that's the final one. As you just saw, we were 31 out of 32. Also, keep in mind that that's unique sets, so you can't repeat any of the sets. You have to do each one individually in order to complete what you're supposed to do, okay, in order to get credit for doing each one of these sets. So be very careful with that. Don't listen to these guys that are telling you all this foolishness. Now, once I add these in, you're going to see me skyrocket 600K because this is the final one to the set, okay? So now, I skyrocket 600K immediately just by doing that. Okay, here goes Eric Berry. He's ready to go, but we're going to have to upgrade him and get him ready, get him even more sophisticated. But what we're going to do first is we're going to remove our all Madden team diamond, Adrian Amos. He has to go. So that entire list is done. Everything is complete with the MUT Heroes objective list, and now it's time to downgrade and take away everything that we've got from Amos. So it's going to cost us a sprinter chem. It's going to cost us that. And after that, we're going to have to actually upgrade everything else we're going to need to do with that Eric Berry. But I have a Nat Eric Berry that's available, and I have his power-up. So that's all set. The last I checked, Eric Berry was going for about 200. I mean, Adrian Amos was going for about 200K. So it is what it is. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to downgrade him. Okay, so we're going to take away okay, hold on, wait a minute. Yeah, we can't really do anything as far as taking away anything else from him. We have to just go ahead and, because if you take away the sprinter chem and all the other stuff from him, it costs you coins to do that. So you don't want to do it that route. You just want to downgrade him this way. And then from here, what you do is, you just take everything all the way off, get every little bit of training points you can. Some of you guys keep them powered up to like an 84 and then put them in an elite token set. I haven't used elite token set since they changed the rules of the way that we do the heavyweights or whatever, so I don't care about that. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go over to the actual sets, okay, because you can actually get rid of everything that has to do with Adrian Amos. So we're going to get rid of his team diamond for whatever the value is, because people know that Eric Berry is out, so his value has really plummeted because he's not as good as he was before. So is that 216 is his minimum. So 199, he's absolutely going to sell for a reasonable rate, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to auction him for 199. Oh, we almost did some crazy stuff. Guys, be careful with this manual thing because a lot of people are telling me, like, bro, I'm putting in the wrong values and, I sold the card for very cheaper than what it's supposed to be. Be very careful as you start to use that because it gets very dangerous, all right? So that should sell rather, pretty quickly because people are still trying to see. You see how fast it sold? Because people just want that. So I'm not trying to go 205 and all this stupidness. I don't really care about all that stuff. So that's not what I'm here to do. Right here, when we go to the power-up, somebody might want to power him up as well. So we find his power-up someplace around here, Adrian Amos. What is he going for? I think it was like, 8,000? All right, so 6,500 we'll put him up for because it's only 4 of them left. And we just want to get rid of it because more than likely we're not going to go back to this. So it doesn't make any sense to hold on to it. You might as well help somebody else to complete it and get that done and see if you can make a little bit more of a come up because previously that was going for like 2,000 coins. So now that everybody knows that that's happening, maybe, we get a little bit lucky and we make 4K on that. All right, that's just the way that the market goes. Now we find Eric Berry's card, his power up, which is right here because we never got rid of it because we kind of had an idea that this is probably one of the rare times that we actually go back to a guy, because his zone coverage is going to be a 99 very, 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 very soon after I unlock John Madden Coach's new slot, and we get the +1 zone from him in addition to his lockdown. But we have a lot of things that we have to pay for, including his chemistry. Okay, so we have to be very, very careful. The chemistry of what is that? The chemistry that he gets, the sprinter. We're gonna have to get that back. So this is a nat card that I pulled that I never sold. I just kept it. All right, so now we need 1,100 more of that, and then we're gonna have to get his other item there, and then you'll see that his zone coverage is, where is it? 95. You get 3 from lockdown, and then we're gonna get +1 from John Madden. So we need 1,100 for that. Plus we need another thing for the sprinter chem. We need a lot of training points. So this is where the other cards that you get come into play. Okay, when you pull packs and stuff like that, you got to keep some of the cards. Like I kept this. Which idiot did I keep? I kept this Steve Young because I pulled him. I know he's garbage, but it doesn't really matter. He goes, what is it, 1,100 training. So that's exactly what we needed for you know, a little bit of his thing that we're going to get him up to that level. Now through everything else, we can easily start to lurk stuff, because like the 90 overall Buffalo Bills player yesterday was going for like 199 or something like that. Like the heroes, you could go and check the cheaper hero prices and get a lot of training points for very, very cheap. Also, that Adrian Amos is very, very cheap as well. The elite one, so we don't want to sell that elite. We could probably use that for a later type of thing. So here we go right here. We're gonna go over to the MUT Heroes. Okay, and then we're going to look at the 90 overalls, because some of these players are very, very trash, and people are just going to want to get rid of them. And they're very, very decent priced, like right here, a 90 overall. Like this guy, that's pretty good for 127. Okay, he already expired. Okay, so we'll do the 130. Okay, these guys have a lot of training points for cheap. Okay, so that's a 90. What does he have? He's going to be going for what? 2,200. So that's glitchy right there. 2,200 training points. That should be enough for what we're trying to do. And keep in mind, these prices are going to be like that because nobody's going to buy these cards that are like that for more than that. So it's just going to be a situation where people are just not going to purchase the card. We can start to add. We could put Eric Berry back into the actual lineup right now. And start upgrading him from the screen, because we've already started from the base. So let's go ahead and put him in like this power up right here. Okay, and then from here, we're going to start adding everything else into him right now. You can see that with lockdown, we're missing 2 tiers. That's fine. We're going to get that all back right now once we get everything updated. So that's 1,100 for that. We got to get his ability slot in there. Okay, then we got to put his item in. And then from there, we're going to get him all chemmed up. All right, so we're going to add that to the upgrade. Now he's a 93 overall. Okay, now he's ready to go. We're going to add his team, Kansas City. All right, the scheme is going to be okay, we could go lockdown ×2. I don't think we need to pay for the lockdown ×3. Well, hold up, this is owned already? Oh yeah, it's already owned because we had him before. Okay, that's cool. All right, so that you don't have to buy it again. See, now this right here, what's happening is this, right? When we add the sprinter to him, this is very, very dangerous. I'm going to tell you why. Because I see why EA did it like this, because it makes it so that the players, the individual players can just have the 2, and then you don't have to really go individually with the 30, and it kind of makes sense. But once you start investing in it with the 1,000, it's very, very difficult to go back and then lose the training points and then go back and then do the the 2,500, because ultimately maybe later on we'll be able to do that and just say, you know what, whatever. If we come across a decent amount of training points, well, we could lose some, but to get 30 players doing that for the +2 speed, it is going to be very, very difficult, especially with the, some of the players. It's just weird that they would do that like that. But now I see what they're doing, because they're trying to make it seem like, okay, you're getting more for that one player to boost everybody else. So ultimately, if you're going to keep a card for a very, very long time, it might make sense to do that. But we don't have training points like that right now to do it. So we're just going to go with the 1,000 and just, craft that chemistry right there, put that on them. And then with the ability, hot hands, tip drill. We were using pick 6 with everybody. Why is he a return man? We're going to give him pick 6. Okay, that's what we gave everybody for the unlimited stamina. All right, so now he has the pick 6. He has the lockdown chemistry. He has everything that we need him to have. He immediately boosts up to a 94. Okay, so now at the 94 overall, what we do now is we take a look at it. We see what's going on. We're going to go ahead and click it. You can see that everything is back to normal as far as the way that it is with the lockdown. So now we look at his all the stats that have been upgraded. And you can see he's a 98 zone coverage, 91 man, and 91 speed. So he, even though Amos was a 92 speed or whatever, or maybe with Cam, I think he got to like a 93. This guy with the 98 zone coverage, he's at the absolute meta almost. But he will be there immediately after I get the John Madden coach upgrade with the slot from using my Series 2 tokens. So that'll be very, very soon as well. All right. So this is the slot that I'm talking about. We unlock this one through 100 of the Series 2 tokens. All right. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use the pass defense, which is going to add the +1 zone. So Eric Berry is ultimately going to be a 99 zone. All right. So that explains all that stuff that's going on. Now, with everything else that we're going to be doing, what happens is this. He also is a Kansas City Chief player. So he's going to get other boosts as well. The only issue is I'm using it for passing, so it doesn't add to what he is. You see what I'm saying? Like when you go over to the home stadium and stuff, when you look at the way that I upgraded the stadium, I upgraded it offensively because I wanted Pat Mahomes to get to a 99 overall throw power. So I use Chiefs passing. I can easily go here and start using like the pass defense and start adding stuff to get him. I could do it through this, but the tier 2, okay, it requires 8 of these, so I'd have to do 8 more slots to get +1 zone. It makes more sense to just do it with John Madden, but you can do it through the coaches and whatever, through the stadiums and stuff like that. So looking at the way that this is, if I wanted to, I could possibly go do something with this as far as the go deep goes. Go do something with this and take away from that and try to get it done that way. Like instead of using this for go deep, find another way to get go deep on my offensive players, okay? And then I would use whatever. I would use the actual Chiefs uniform to add 4 more of that slot there and continue to upgrade my Kansas City player that way. That is another way you can do it. But that's just another way. I have several videos showing you how to do it, using the stadium and the uniforms to upgrade your players. That's also another way you can do it, all right? So that's pretty much where we are right now with that. We have Eric Berry. We have our come up. We've completed all the MUT level objectives that are available. If you guys need any more information about it, you guys pretty much know what to do. But I'm going to go ahead and explain to you again before I let you guys go. You're going to want to make sure that you do all of these solos so that you get your free MUT Heroes alter egos, your free sidekicks. You get 1 offensive alter ego, 1 offensive sidekick, and then you get 1 defensive sidekick and 1 defensive alter ego. You're going to want to watch my previous video that explains which packs, well, not which packs, but which sets to stay away from, because some of them are very, very wild. But I'm going to just let you guys know right now. This one right here that allows you to pick a specific nat. This is probably the easiest way to get more of the rare cards. Like the Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a lot of the cards that goes. His sidekick is not readily available. So that might be one that you might have to use it for because you need 24 of this guy. So it's not a lot of these guys available. So you might want to use it for that. Okay, that's just like a heads up. And some of them are like that. But everything else, as far as like combining stuff and using your 6 trophies for random sidekick players, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild to do that. I think that you might be better served using your trophies to do other things because random sidekicks, they're gonna probably give you the ones that you don't need. Okay, sidekicks exchange. I just explained that to you. The sidekicks to the alter ego. This doesn't make sense because most sidekicks go for 20K. So that's 100K, and the alter egos are usually around 60 to 70. So you'll be losing there. Alter ego to 3 random sidekicks, you lose here as well. Because like I said, unless you get one, you pull it, and you're just trying to finish it up, you could do it that way. But I would try to stay away from that, just as a heads up. Because if the value doesn't give you what you're gonna need back, I wouldn't recommend it. I would probably stay away from that. All right. So that's where we are right now. I'm going to try to get you guys some gameplay with Eric Berry out there, but he looks very, very glitchy, and I can't wait to get it done as far as getting him out on the field. But we can look at some of his other stats so that way you guys can see what's going on. But the primary thing is that his zone coverage is very, 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 very high. That's the primary thing. His zone coverage is just extremely high, so that makes it so that, I'm gonna test it out because with the most recent patch, they actually upgraded the way that these guys play zone. So I'm gonna let you guys see visibly in gameplay with his play rec and his zone coverage if it actually makes a difference. The man coverage is OP in this game, so I believe that would stay the same. Everything else about it, I would just leave it the way that it is. I don't really see any other reason to stay away from this card, especially with the Sprinter Chem. The only thing, like I said, that I would recommend that you guys do is make sure you understand that if you try to go to Sprinter Chem ×2, you will lose that 1,000. So I'm going to have to probably, when I get a certain amount of player, once I decide who the 15 players are, and then we could get ×2 on certain players, it might benefit me once my training points are like really, really stacked. But like I said, the way that it works out with the ×2, like this guy can get ×2, so it'll be 2, 4. Okay, right there. Can this guy get ×2? He's a 92 overall player. Let me see, because I don't know exactly. I think it's like 92 gives them the that threshold. So let's go ahead and check that really quickly, just so that you guys can know what I'm talking about, and then we can make sure that everybody's on the same page with that. I think you get ×2 when they're like a 92 overall. Okay, no, not even when you're a 92. So only some people get ×2. All right, but I know Dion can get it. So that'll be 2, 4. We saw that Eric Berry can get it. That's 6. I believe that this guy, Ryan Shazier, can get it. That would be 8. Okay, certain guys. So you'd have to go through it and see. But for now, I'm satisfied with the way that we are with the +1 speed. Okay, so that's where we are right now. We did our come up. We got Eric Berry. I gave you guys a lot of pointers about training points. Hopefully it helps you guys out. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. Let me know if you want gameplay with Eric Berry as soon as possible. Until next time, one love.